All right, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem El Shah, Bashem Kakwadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of GMS that rose well, that we learn from. And peace, blessing, salutations to Yahakim, the few Aquaf tuning in, and you Israelite foreigners that are scattered across the four corners. This is Shaquat Karab from the house, the branch of GMS Virginia. And, watch this video. As I was watching Elder Yashawamba's video about bitterness, because a lot of brothers, unfortunately, we walk around with bitterness if we don't, if we allow it to happen, if we don't check ourselves. One thing about this ministry, this truth that we walk in, is that this is another part of that bitterness. I remember Elder Yashawamba was talking about it, about women. You pretty much got to realize, remember, we are in captivity as men. And one thing our enemy, the so-called white man, has done, he has taken our woman and he have used them to their benefit and their gain. And when you watch this video, they make some good points on how pretty much going back to slavery, Jim Crow and so forth, that, the so-called black woman was a great asset to the society. So, walking in the times that we're walking in now, there's no, we get on the so-called black woman, starting with her on down to the Hispanic, Latino woman, but it's things that grieve us in the spirit, what these women do. One thing you can't, don't take nothing personal. What I mean by that is, if you're dealing with a chick, depends on your region. Certain states they have, certain boroughs can get heathen women. But depending on your region where you stay, dealing with the so-called black woman, you gotta have that mindset that she could just leave at any time. Starting with the breaking of the so-called black family, her mom, the hatred towards her father, which was driven in her mind, her upbringing. So dealing with these, the so-called black woman, you really can't take anything personal. Like the scripture says, this truth, if you're in this truth, this should be your first focus. This is your woman. This is your true woman. She will never forsake thee. Sophia, wisdom. Going to Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter, if I'm not mistaken. So, dealing with these women out here, certain bros have had, their hearts, so-called, hearts broken, which is good. I say that personally because you really, like Elder Yashwama was saying, it really helps you if you can, how you say it, if you can perceive and take heed, it'll make you better as a man. And me personally, I've had women, do me wrong, and I've seen a lot of, things that women have done to other men, and things that women have done to me, flaked, committed adultery, switch up, I've caught, dudes in the crib, I pulled up, he was the dude in the crib. But, one thing you have to, you can't allow that to, to really, hurt you. Like the scripture says in the first Esdras, the 4th chapter, it tells you that many men have lost their wits. And Lord's will, this is edifying. Trying to, do the best through the Spirit to speak on, certain things. But, and as this walk, that's one of the bitterness that's, we're going to have, certain bros that aren't going to have women. Certain bros will. Again, depending on your region, You may have a better, more options. You know, you may have a Edomite woman that you can deal with. The Moabite, Ishmael, um, Ammon, and so forth. Elam. You know, a different variety of women. In some, areas, regions, bros is pretty conformed to Judah. But, just dealing with the Israelite woman in general, man. She's a harlot. Let me get that scripture. Wife should be a harlot. Wife shall be a harlot. Hold on. Yeah, Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus said the Lord, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and the land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in the polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. So, and we are in captivity. Let me get that in Deuteronomy 28, and what is it, 56, about the woman. So it says, Deuteronomy 28:56, the tender and delicate woman among you. See, one time a woman were feminine, and nurturing. They knew their role and they knew their place, and they were sweet. They were, they looked out for their men. They thought about the community. They were shamefaced. They were discreet, and they were in more order than what you see today. In this society, from the so-called black woman on down, the Latina Hispanic woman, and I can also speak, for the Northern Kingdom women. Them bitches are bugged out too. The demons, and a lot of them are also going the route of the so-called black woman. Yes, they have a little bit more femininity for the so-called black woman, but even that is changing towards the Northern Kingdom woman, because I be around them. And even you love using the word nigger. They call themselves nigger. And they talk amongst themselves, crazy. So, it's basically the point, this lesson, dealing with these women here in Babylon, it's not like if we don't have access of women, we can fly them in, we can't just leave. You can just jump on a plane or a boat and be like, yo, yay, I'm going to, DR, or I'm going to, Cuba or South America, Philippines, Thailand, Cambodia, whatever, or Europe, or I'm going to stay out there for a little bit and come back. That's part of one of the bitterness that we have to, pretty much accept, as men, one thing that should be, bro should really be focusing on is this truth, this word, the brotherhood, and getting themselves better with the Lord, making themselves upright, and being a better man. Because unfortunately, dealing with these women, they're not for you. They don't know how to be a woman. Esau really has their mind, and it's much more of a wicked force. A woman not doing anything for a man, and a man doing all for the women. Really, even when when the video was playing, I looked through the comments, and even a couple comments said it's pretty much it's over with these women. Only way things is really, these women are really going to realize is a catastrophe happen, which is true. And that's why we have scriptures when it says 7 women shall cleave to one man, because the devastation was about to come upon America. These women are going to realize they were never strong. So it says the tender and delicate woman among you, which will not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Going back to Willie Lynch, slavery, Willie Lynch, Jim Crow, in the in 1960s feminism, the breaking of the so-called black family, and it has trickled down. And I grew up around Ephraim, and Ephraim was right behind Judah, the top tribes of Northern Kingdom, and that's heavy pushed amongst the Ephraimite women as well, to be strong and independent. But they don't say the strong independent Puerto Rican woman. They pretty much go along with the strong independent aspect. So let me see. See, Revelation 3:5, he that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. So that's one thing, that's part of that bitterness that we have to accept in this truth, man. Women are not really going to like you. They're going to ridicule you. They're going to persecute you. They're not really going to be for you. They're not really going to understand you. And they might even look at you with envy or disdain. As soon as you open your mouth, they're going to be like, man, I can't, no, hell no. Not at all. These women are for wickedness, man. And, it's for, as of now, wickedness is driven out in the minds and the hearts of these people, and the thoughts of these people. And it's more so better, the outlook is more so is right being a whore, being a woman, a slut with no shame, than to be a wife and submission to her husband, as the scriptures say. Because this notion that these women are pretty much trying to get back at men, because before times they was in slavery, men oppressed them, and now it's their time to shine and so forth. And it's crazy because when you really hear like this has really been driven in these women's mind, that's why you really had to get in that mindset that it's really not, there's no point taking all on social media, trying to set up dates, wasting your time all out in the bars, or lounges. Now, you and the bros go out, fellowship, build, drink. There's nothing wrong with that. But if your whole sole purpose is going out to get women, you're really gonna feel stupid at the end of the day. Me personally, I don't go to bars and buy. I'm not buying no bitch a drink. I don't know you. Nothing comes out of it. I remember one thing I realized in this truth, man. All the women out of all the women that I've known, even since I was young, I don't talk to none of them no more. But it's some like men I know growing up that I still talk to, and I can if we ever stumble across or however, social media, we it's as if we never not known each other. But if you hit up with some of these women that you knew in the world, man, she brand new, One thing too, man, dating, going on all these social apps, social medias, and taking chicks out. Some of these chicks, you take them out once or twice, then they'll flake, or then she may give you some box, whatever, maybe. But at the end of the day, these chicks will look for you to constantly make them happy. The chicks never. Well, I've looked at bros, and I look at dudes I know in the world. They do certain things for these chicks, take them out. But it's like, me personally, I don't see outcomes come out of it. I don't see girls, really, and I don't hear, people, dudes and brothers that I know be like, yeah, she comes to my crib and cleans it up, or, she comes wash my dishes, or, You know, she tends to me, she caters to me, or such and such, such and such. She doesn't, every time, I hear certain things, is, dudes always catering to these women. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of times, all on these social apps, social media apps, it just seems like a lot of guys are just wasting their time on women. They're just constantly taking them out, wasting $100 because these dates are not cheap anymore. You know. But yeah, man, that's one of the bitterness things that you know, in this walk that you just got to, bear with because these women are not for you. So, um, Ephesians 6:14, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. And that's the truth, man. It's just something that, you're going to have to, bear with, man. These women come and go. They come and go. One moment that they act as if they're, all in love, head over heels for you, you know, and then the next moment, yo, she's gone. One thing, yeah, baby, 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 boo, baby, my love, and this and that. And next thing you know, boom, ghost, you know. So, dealing with these women, never get your feelings wrapped too tight with these women because they're fickle. I know me and the brothers in this camp, we sat down and talked about this at one time. Women, and this truth, see, us as men, both of our feet are in this thing. That's, going back to, this should be your first woman. This should be your wife, this truth. This book, the scriptures, man. See, that's why the scripture talks about not being double-minded, not being a wavering man, or not changing like the moon. Be surely persuaded in your mind. Because when you're dealing with these women, when you deal with these women, they got one foot in with you and the other foot out, waiting for their time, for the slightest thing to go wrong. And she's out. She's going to leave you. Even if you had kids by this woman, and again, man, I've known so much Jakes that done had put babies in these girls, and that don't mean anything. Once they get sick of your ass, they'll leave you and take your child, and you have the court system, this devil, and you had those little broads, bitches behind them, that's in their mother, that's right in their ears, telling them to go right along, get up out of there, leave you, and men are strong, they don't have no emotions, and who cares? He's a man, you're a woman, you're strong, you're independent, you don't need a man, and that's the thing, So dealing with these women, man. So John 17:17, sanctify them through thy truth, thy word is truth. And that's just something that we have to accept, that these women are fickle. They're not for you. Even brothers that has women in this truth, man. Don't ever be surprised, she has another guy. Don't ever be surprised that, she just changes up on you. Because it has happened to me, Don't be shocked. Don't be grieved. Don't take it personal. Don't hold no grudge. Don't ever hold no grudge. One thing I've learned, yeah, it hurts. You'd be like, yo, that fucking bitch. But, the best thing that you can do is become better. And, and once the chick, it should be like, yo, this chick see you again, she should be angry that she left you and upset and miserable that she left you because, damn, he didn't really need me or such and such, But here it is, you all in the bar, drinking, sitting on a damn stoop. Here it is, you know, somebody walking in, you know, through. Here it is. You on the damn bench, just sprawled out with a damn 40. You know, just looking tacky and racky and all fucked up in the mind. And you know that a woman would be, just say she saw you again and you on the bench just sprawled out. She look like, man, this old weak ass nigga. Yeah, she'll laugh at you. But here it is, you done got better, you're sharper, you're on point, you know. You done got stronger. She gonna look at you like, yo, damn. She gonna regret what she did, you know. So, the point is, don't allow these women to break you, or, don't ever hold no grudges when a woman does you wrong, you know. So 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. And we understand. The scripture says it has been, Zerubbabel said it. He said it the best. Men have lost their fucking wits for a woman. And that could be you too if you allow it. It's Sirach 25, Sirach 26. There's a lot. It's many more that just what comes to me right off the top. You have damn. Yeah, that's all that comes to my mind right off the top. But there's many more definitions and examples in the scriptures, man, about these women. So that the man of Yahweh may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. And just like Elder Yashawama was going into, one of that is accepting the fact that you may not have a woman in this thing. And Paul said it best too, man. If you're not married, seek not to be. If you have a woman, seek not to, not to, be married, roughly paraphrasing. But again, if you with a woman, don't ever be surprised if she switches up on you. And again, you go out there, you might go to a bar lounge, and if you on a dating app, whatever, just remember, these chicks have one foot in and one foot out. They're not fully persuaded in their minds to deal with you. Their mind is to, the bet. These women are in survival mode. So these women are for everybody. And how the way the so-called white man has set up this society, a lot of lack, a lot of doubt, a lot of oppression. Again, these women are looking for the highest bidder. And these women are not tolerating any type of, bullshit out of men. They want the easiest route. They want to be happy. They're all about fun, and they're all about money, and they're all about security. So that's one thing, to keep in mind when dealing with these women, But in the Lord's will, you were edified, and with that, I'm saying shalom.